All right, thanks for being with us, Kevin. Could you sum up your first 6 months on this job in 2 minutes or less? If someone asked you.
Well, I think there's lots of aspects of things that have happened, and I'm a guy that can probably go on and on and on. But again, it's been a wonderful experience. It's been something that I don't know I could have done if I didn't have the people around me that I do. Guys like Craig Heisinger, who literally take a task and run with it and expand it and move it in the right direction. Having him as as a guy that I work with each and every day and helping me make critical decisions has been great. Ownership has just been phenomenal and very supportive. We've had some great dialogue. We've had some great conversations about the direction of the team, about the direction of the franchise, the excitement level that they are experiencing, and obviously the excitement level that the fans are experiencing. So again, it's been a great experience so far, one that is really only in its infancy, and each and every day is a new adventure.
Do you have a personal highlight from the first 6 months?
Honestly, it's as weird as it sounds. One of the wonderful things that still give me chills each and every day that I hear it is when they sing the Canadian national anthem and the fans yell out True North. I seriously get chills down my spine each and every time I hear that, because for me, that's their connection to us right now. They feel obviously very supportive of True North Sports and Entertainment, and when I hear that, I know for sure that they're very much behind us and very much in support of us. And as weird as it sounds, it does go a long way. And I think the guys genuinely hear that as well.
What's the hardest thing you've had to do so far?
Well, I think the hardest thing, anytime you're dealing with people, I think when I first came on the job, we had to make some very tough decisions on, some personnel within the organization, and it's never easy because one of the things that we pride ourselves and will continue to pride ourselves on is that this organization, cares about the individual, about the person, not just about the product on the ice, not just about the, that aspect of it. So. Very, very tough when you have to make those kind of decisions. That it has impacts on people's lives, and so you try to be as open and as honest and as direct as possible. Make those decisions with with a solid background of understanding and move forward.
Hindsight being perfect, is there anything you think you could have done to avoid the slow start that your team got off to this season?
Well, I think you always evaluate, and I think you're always looking, but you're looking at it for more so from the standpoint of making sure that you can improve upon different things in the future. Not so much about where you maybe went wrong, but how you can do things better. And I think that there was a lot of aspects that were unforeseen, and you just again are dealing with them for the first time. It was when you deal with one player getting traded, you deal with it in a certain way. But essentially, it was like 25 players got traded, and again, it's something that you can't really be prepared for. There's no handbook on how to move a franchise, but certainly I'm very proud of the way that things unfolded. And again, everybody's, every franchise or every organization is going to have, some slow spots during the season. Hopefully our slow spot was at the beginning, and that we can continue on from there. But I think if you chart out a course of 82 games, and see the ebbs and flows of a lot of different teams, that, that kind of is the path.
Compared to the Atlanta Thrashers of last season, the team and its personnel on the ice hasn't really changed a whole lot. Has that been by design in your first 6 months on the job?
Well, I think the young core that was in place, was something that, again, from the start we talked about, that has to be the future. That's truly the only way that you're going to continue to grow as an organization, is if you have an influx of young players that that continue to grow, that mesh well with with veteran players, and the infrastructure hasn't changed very much, but yet it has. And again, when you try to change a culture, you don't change the culture first. The culture change actually comes last. And if you really think about it, you have to set a level of values, you have to set a level of expectations, but then the players that are involved with it have to see the results of that. They have to see that the direction that you're going or the direction that you're talking about is a direction that makes sense, is a direction that actually has some results and some success attached to it, because then that becomes the cultural change. And I think all too often people just think, well, we're changing the culture. What does that mean? And I think that when you really, really start to drill down, it takes a long, long time before you can change the culture. You have to get these players to believe that the team is not only like an avenue of where you have the guys together, but it is truly the only way that they're going to be successful.